You cannot save your way to retirement. Saving is just not enough.
Hard work won't guarantee you success. If you're willing to work harder than anybody else for the next 5 years, you'll never have to work for the rest of your life.
Mark Zuckerberg's only rich, not because he started Facebook, but because he bought Instagram and then he bought WhatsApp. Without those two, he wouldn't be half of his net worth.
I heard Jeff Bezos got in trouble one time and he raised money.
He raised money, and also Jeff Bezos has bought at least 50 companies. Apple, people think Apple's just one company. If you look it up, they've bought over 60 companies. The second richest man in the world, Bernard Arnault, Louis Vuitton, he bought 60 companies. Elon Musk bought Tesla. He bought Twitter. So buying companies is the hardest. It's easy to mess up, but it's really where the most wealth is created.
I definitely love this video. Ty definitely nailed this. Ownership is a key word for 2025 and beyond. If you want true wealth, if you want to change your life, you need to make sure you start owning things, owning investments, owning assets, whether it's real estate, stocks, businesses, it doesn't matter. Make sure you start owning things. Your 9 to 5 is not for you to earn money to make a living. Your 9 to 5 is so that you earn money, because money is a tool. And the thing is, what are you going to do with this tool? Are you going to waste it, or are you going to use this tool to buy things that are going to help you elevate your life for you and your family? So my recommendation for people is get that money, invest that money, make it multiply, make it make babies, use them and eat them babies to do whatever you want to do with it. So the first thing you need to do is you need to change that mindset and understand that money is a tool. Use that tool to elevate your life. Wherever you are today, you can be in a better position tomorrow if you start thinking that way. Another thing I wanted to point out is the importance to start nurturing your mind. You need to start investing into your mind. Invest in books, invest in courses, invest in reading and educating yourself so that you can start thinking differently. Your mindset is what's going to help you go from poor to middle class to the wealthy lifestyle. And if that's really what you want, you need to focus on that mindset. Don't rush and try to invest into anything if you don't have the right mindset. You have to build a foundation so that when you start building up, getting all these assets and everything, it's not all going to crumble down because you don't have the right mindset. You don't want to have a poor person's mindset and try to buy and build a billion-dollar company. It's never going to work. So if you're very serious about getting ahead, I suggest you start investing in you.
You cannot save your way to retirement. With the way cost of living is going, with the way inflation is going, saving is just not enough. Most people know that they should be investing, but they don't do it. They say, I'll do it tomorrow or next week or next year.
Or when I'm rich.
Or when I'm rich. And then by the time they do start, they've missed out on the most powerful lever that they had going for them, which is time. That is one of the most important things when it comes to investing. Get there. Saving is just not enough. You have to be investing your money. Today's you planting seeds for future you. That's what this is about.
So here's the thing. You cannot save your way to wealth. If you put your money in a bank account, over time, you're going to lose your purchasing power because of inflation. Inflation is a sustained increase in the general price level of goods and services in an economy over time. And that's leading to a reduction in the purchasing power of your money. So in other words, let me rephrase this. Inflation is when the price of almost everything goes up. Your money buys less than it used to. So what you do is you have to hedge against that, and that's why you need to invest. Now, let me point this out. We all know we need money to live. And this is what people need to understand. There's different strategies when it comes to investing. You can invest for growth or you can invest for cash flow. So if you're getting started, the earlier you get started, the better. If you're getting started in your journey, you want to invest in growth. A lot of people are rushing to invest for cash flow. It's going to be hard for you. If you don't have a big nest egg, you're not going to be able to get sufficient cash flow. So the first thing you need to do is focus on investing for growth. So now that you know you need to invest for growth, what are the options out there? You could do real estate, you could do stocks. There's different investment vehicles, but the most important thing for you to understand is you need to invest in what you're comfortable with. If you're a trader and you know how to invest in trading, you can certainly go with that. The goal is for you to increase your nest egg because that's what's going to help you get sufficient cash flow for when you're ready to retire. Now, there are some strategies you could do in real estate, and real estate is the best one because you can leverage. You can start with a small amount, roll it over and get a bigger house, bigger gains, bigger returns. And that's the beauty with the real estate things. You can flip, or you could do a burst strategy. You buy a property, you rehab it, you rent it out, and then you refinance and get your money out. Over time, you're building that nest egg that you can use for retirement once you're ready. Another thing I want to point out is procrastination. I really think deep down, all of us understand there's a need to invest because we don't want to work forever. But the problem is people don't do it necessarily because they're afraid or because of analysis paralysis. It doesn't matter what it is, but you really need to understand one thing. You are losing your most precious asset, which is time. The sooner you do, the sooner you're going to get to where you want to be and therefore retire a lot sooner. So I recommend getting started right away.
Hard work won't guarantee you success, but comfort, that'll guarantee you mediocrity. You gotta be willing to wake up every day and go to work and work hard. Getting rich and becoming successful, whether it's physical fitness, making a lot of money, being the most brilliant surgeon out there, these are all very hard things to accomplish, and they take a lot of work. And far too many people forget that, and they think that the success is overnight. Success doesn't happen that way. It takes a lot of hard work. I'm a perfect example right now. I've been doing real estate for over 27 years. I own a lot of real estate, and right now I'm working on a deal. And while most of my friends are off in Central Pay and Ibiza and Mykonos having the time of their life, I'm in the office in Hollywood putting in 10-hour days. And that's what it's gonna take to get my deal done. That's hard work. And it's really hard work when you're watching all your friends have fun and you know you could be there too. But the rewards are worth it. That's why I make the sacrifice. And that's why you have to make the sacrifice too. So when your friends want to go out and party every single night of the week, or they want to go to the beach on the weekends, you got to put that stuff behind you if you want to be successful. And remember what a wise man told me. If you're willing to work harder than anybody else for the next 5 years, you'll never have to work for the rest of your life. But if you're not willing to outwork everybody for the next 5 years, you're going to work hard for the rest of your life.
Now, I love this one because we can all relate to this. I grew up with my parents telling me, you got to work hard, get good grades, go to college. Don't get me wrong. It's a good thing to be educated, but it's extremely important to understand the difference between working hard and working smart. Working hard does not necessarily mean you're making progress. Let me explain. Let's say a dad has 2 sons, and the task is for them to go a mile down the road to get a pizza and come back. Kid number 1 runs out the door and starts heading to the pizza shop, walking, running, gunning, just trying to get to the pizza shop and back, sweating his blood off because it's really hot. But kid 2, rather than rushing outside, starts thinking about what is the most efficient and effective way for me to get there and back before my brother. And that's the idea about working hard and working smart. Working hard would be going at it directly without even putting any thoughts and thinking that you're making progress simply because you're moving. That's not really getting you ahead. There might be a better way to do the same task that you're trying to do. So the second brother, rather than running outside, he decides to take some time and figure out what is the best way to get there. So the second brother goes outside and starts looking around. He notices a guy on a motorcycle and approaches him. He simply just tells him, hey, if you can get a pizza for me and come back, I'll give you $5. The guy agrees. He goes and comes back in less than 10 minutes with the pizza still warm in hand. He hands it over to the brother, who then goes upstairs and hands it over to his dad. The dad is super excited with how quick it was and rewards him with a $10 bill. Lesson learned: working smart always beats working hard. It boils down to the mindset. The hardest thing is not to become a millionaire. The hardest thing is to become the person you need to be in order to become a millionaire. Once you achieve that, getting the money is going to follow a lot quicker than you think. Focus on you and you're going to get to where you want to be. We're all going to be millionaires if we put in the work and time necessary to be able to achieve it. The problem is people want the quick way, and that's not the solution. Start investing in yourself. Start believing that you could do it. Start taking actions today, and I promise you, you will get there in the end. And I'll see you at the top. And if you haven't already done so, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, because I want to hear what you have to say, whether you agree, disagree, or what's the best way you think you're going to achieve your goals. But more importantly, till next time.